From I guess you kind of started doing that stuff first before you even did racing. What was where was the first race that you kind of did?
So it would have been just something local, like probably like a BC Cup downhill. It feels like so long ago, and I don't really know it all. It's all like kind of mashed together in my mind, but probably like I think it was like Bear Mountain in Mission. There was a BC Cup. Um, and then I went to some, I just would go to any race that I could like kind of go and try it out. And one of the earlier races was at Sun Peaks
Oh
in
yeah.
Kamloops, just outside Kamloops. And I didn't know at the time, like I would just go and race and give it a shot. And I ended up finishing second. And I didn't know at the time, but that kind of like put me into the selection criteria to go to Worlds.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I didn't
Oh,
even know what World Championships was, or like I didn't know how points worked or how anything kind of worked.
mhm.
And I was walking through the village because at that time I had already lived in Whistler, and I was working for a local bike shop, Evolution.
Yep.
They were supporting me too. And I ran into, well, my really close friend now, Katrina Strand, and she's like, "Hey, Claire, are you going to Worlds?" And I'm like, "What? Like, what's Worlds and why?" And she told me that I qualified for the team. And so, like, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to Worlds. And then I just like saved all my, like, I had no money. I was so hurting.
No
And
way.
I just was like, I'm going, like, like it's funny because I totally, I totally just like winged everything and I
Brilliant.
just made it happen. Yeah.
Was that sort of organized by the Canadian Cycling? Did you go with them or did you have to get yourself there? How did that work?
I had, as a downhill athlete, I had to get myself there. But the accommodations were kind of like organized, and we could all stay together. Um, and kind of like as a team.
Yeah.
um, so yeah, I mean, that was a long time ago. And um, I just remember like being in awe, like all the heroes that I was just thinking about were there. And you were probably there. Were you there?
Oh, no, I actually
I don't know. Like,
well I was there, but that year I had a bad injury um in the States and I injured my foot really badly. So
okay.
I was supposed to be on the GB team for that race. We'd already all been asked and selected for the GB team, but I couldn't race because of my injury. So I actually went there and worked with the BBC doing the TV coverage for it.
Oh, no
So
way. So you
yeah,
were already into that back then.
that was the first time I did it because like I said, I told the British team I wasn't going, so I was going to be missing that and being at home and then I got a call off somebody asking me would I be interested in doing it. So I like I guess like you with the with racing at Worlds, I had no idea what I was doing. I'd never done commentary or anything with the TV in my life, so I just totally winged it. But I probably would have ended up commentating on your race run, I imagine. Um,
No way.
it's crazy, but yeah, I totally remember that race. And
It
so
was a longer track, like from it was really long. And I remember I was really sick, actually, like a few of us, some sort of illness went through our accommodation, and I was really sick. Like I barely could put my shoes on. It was really bad. And I had to go for qualifying, and I qualified like dead last because I could barely even make it down the mountain. And then for my race run, I don't think people were expecting me to be um like I was still sick, but I was feeling a bit better. So I think people were just expecting me to be off the back because I was this, like, I was nobody, like no one had seen me before. And so in my race run, I didn't think they were expecting me to come down so quick, and a truck was in my way. I had to stop. There was
Joking.
some sort of like vehicle crossing the course, and I had to stop for this vehicle. And anyways, they were like asked me if I wanted a rerun, and I was like, no, I don't even care. I just want to go home. I was
Oh,
so
no.
done.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Like it was really an experience, but yeah, I mean, it didn't really get me down. I was just like, first time, and I
Yeah,
knew that there was more to come. So
sure. And
Mhm.
who else was on like the Canadian team that year?
God, like if I want to say like I want Jeff Pendrell, maybe Mike Jones. I want to say my friend Deb McKillop and uh Cassidy. Like there was a few people that I mean, I see some of them now, but God, it was just like ages ago. I barely remember.
Isn't it? And
Yeah.
and at that time, like, how much into racing were you? Did you like know all the like superstar girls and stuff like and Caro and
And
Sabrina?
Kara was like who I primarily knew. Like I did, yeah, of course. Like I knew all the top women and and yeah, like Ann Carroll was always I just always looked up to her like she was, like starstruck.
Yeah, yeah.
Um and gosh, oh, I think Vanessa Quinn was racing a lot back then, and oh man, it was pretty cool because there wasn't a lot of females around, like my little riding crew, so it was really cool to
And,
go. And
and did you sort of get to know the some of those girls at that race? Like, were they all cool with you and stuff, or did you not
I was
really?
super shy. I just mind my own business.
Oh,
um but not at that race, but then eventually I started to get to know more of the girls for sure. Yeah.